Welcome to our video, a space to remember and honour those we've recently lost, as well as the icons who've left unforgettable marks on our lives. Today, October 11th, 2025, we reflect on their journeys, celebrate their achievements, and cherish the memories they've given us. Along the way, we'll also share updates on WWE stars currently facing challenges, moments that have touched fans around the world. Join us in keeping their stories alive with love, respect, and appreciation. Subscribe and become part of a community that celebrates their legacy and supports one another through every high and low. Butch Reed, born on July 11, 1958 in Kansas City, Missouri, was a remarkable professional wrestler whose charisma, athleticism, and presence in the ring left a lasting mark on the industry. Known for his powerful physique combined with surprising agility, Reed could excel in almost any wrestling style, earning respect from both fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Reed first rose to prominence in the 1980s, competing in major promotions such as the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Early in his career, he performed under the ring name The Natural Butch Reed, a moniker that highlighted his athletic ability and natural talent in the ring. He quickly became known not just for his strength, but for his ability to connect with audiences through his charisma and in-ring storytelling. Throughout his career, Reed had memorable feuds and tag team partnerships that cemented his place in wrestling history. One of his most significant partnerships was with Ron Simmons, forming the legendary tag team Doom in World Championship Wrestling WCW. Together, they became one of the most formidable duos of their era, capturing the WCW World Tag Team Championship and leaving a lasting impression on fans and peers. Reed also teamed with other notable wrestlers, including Jim Neidhart, showcasing his versatility and teamwork. One of the highlights of Reed's career came when he appeared in the main event of WrestleMania 4 in 1988, a moment that underscored his status as a top-tier talent in the wrestling world. Known for his intense in-ring style, Reed combined power moves with agility, creating matches that were exciting, memorable, and respected by fans. Even after stepping away from active competition, Reed continued to contribute to the wrestling community. He worked as a trainer and mentor, helping to shape the next generation of wrestlers and passing on his knowledge, experience, and love for the sport. Butch Reed's passing left a void in the wrestling world, but his legacy lives on. Remembered as a pioneering and inspiring figure, he made a lasting impact both inside and outside the ring, leaving fans and fellow wrestlers with countless memories of his strength, skill, and larger-than-life presence. Jocephus, born on March 19, 1980, in Kansas City, Missouri, was an American professional wrestler who left a lasting impression on fans through his unique persona and captivating storytelling in the ring. Known for his creativity and charisma, he became a standout figure on the independent wrestling scene, where he showcased not only his technical skills, but also his ability to connect with audiences. Before stepping fully into professional wrestling, Jocephus had a strong foundation in amateur wrestling. He trained under respected mentors, honing his technique and developing a deep understanding of the sport. This early experience helped him craft a style that combined solid wrestling fundamentals with the dramatic flair that would define his in-ring persona. Perhaps the most memorable aspect of Jocephus's career was his character, the question mark. This enigmatic figure, often masked and communicating through gestures rather than words, drew fans in with an air of mystery. The character paid homage to classic wrestling archetypes while adding a modern, theatrical twist. His matches were more than just physical contests. They were performances that blended technical wrestling with storytelling, creating moments that resonated deeply with fans. Jocephus also made his mark in various promotions beyond the National Wrestling Alliance, including Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and other independent circuits. Wherever he performed, he brought intensity, creativity, and an unmistakable presence that drew audiences in. His work in these promotions helped him build a devoted following and cemented his reputation as a performer who cared deeply about his craft. Tragically, Jocephus passed away at the age of 42, leaving behind a legacy that continues to be remembered by fans and fellow wrestlers alike. His dedication, imagination, and willingness to push the boundaries of his art made him a beloved figure in the wrestling community. Though his time was cut short, the stories he told in the ring and the characters he brought to life ensure that his influence will be felt for years to come. Jocephus's career serves as a reminder of the power of performance, creativity, and connection in professional wrestling. Brian Christopher, born Brian Lawler on January 10, 1972, in Memphis, Tennessee, was a professional wrestler who brought energy, charisma, and a touch of fun to every ring he entered. As the son of legendary wrestler Jerry the King Lawler, Brian grew up around the world of wrestling, but he worked hard to carve out his own identity rather than living in his father's shadow. He became best known to fans as Grandmaster Sexay, one half of the wildly popular tag team, Too Cool. Christopher started wrestling in the early 1990s, performing in regional promotions and honing his skills. His big break came in 1997 when he joined WWE. That's when he adopted the Grandmaster Sexay persona, a flashy, larger-than-life character full of energy, humour, and those now iconic dance moves. Alongside his partner, Scotty 2 Hotty, the duo formed Too Cool, a tag team that delighted fans with entertaining routines, synchronized dances, and a carefree, playful style that made them stand out in an era filled with intense rivalries and dramatic storylines. During his WWE tenure, Christopher and Scotty 2 Hotty achieved real success, including winning the WWE Tag Team Championship. But beyond the titles, it was their infectious energy and connection with the audience that truly made Too Cool memorable. Grandmaster Sexay's charm and athleticism made him a fan favourite, and he left a lasting mark on the tag team division during the late 1990s and early 2000s. After leaving WWE, Brian continued wrestling on the independent circuit and appeared in various promotions, sharing his love of the sport with fans wherever he went. Though his life outside the ring was complicated by personal struggles and legal issues, his contributions to professional wrestling remain undeniable. Tragically, Brian Christopher passed away on July 29, 2018, at just 46 years old, under circumstances reported as an apparent suicide while in custody. Despite the challenges he faced, his legacy lives on through the joy and entertainment he brought to fans worldwide. As Grandmaster Sexay, he will always be remembered for his vibrant personality, his talent in the ring, and the unforgettable moments he created with Too Cool. David Von Erich was born on July 22, 1958 in Dallas, Texas, into the legendary Von Erich wrestling family. From a young age, he seemed destined to step into the ring, carrying forward a family tradition that had already captured the hearts of wrestling fans. But David was more than just a member of a famous wrestling dynasty. He was a rising star in his own right, admired for both his skill and his charisma. He rose to prominence in the early 1980s with world-class championship wrestling, WCCW, quickly becoming a fan favorite. Audiences were drawn not just to his athleticism and technical ability, but to the passion he brought to every match. His wrestling style was a perfect blend of precision and heart, and he had a unique ability to make fans feel every high and low of the story unfolding in the ring. Signature moves like the Iron Claw, a maneuver closely associated with the Von Erich name, became staples of his matches, showcasing his skill while honouring his family legacy. David's career was marked by memorable rivalries, including intense feuds with wrestling icons such as Ric Flair and the Fabulous Freebirds. These matchups were more than just contests of strength. They were storytelling at its finest, with David often at the centre, earning respect from both fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Tragically, David's life was cut short when he passed away at just 25 years old. His death, ruled a drug overdose, sent shockwaves through the wrestling world and devastated his family. It also marked the beginning of a series of personal tragedies that would touch the Von Erich family for years to come. Despite his brief time in professional wrestling, David Von Erich's impact was profound. He was a performer whose potential seemed limitless, a figure who brought both excitement and authenticity to the ring. Even decades later, fans remember him not only for his talent, but for the warmth and dedication he brought to every match. David's legacy lives on, a bittersweet reminder of a brilliant life and career that ended far too soon, yet continues to inspire and resonate in wrestling history. Balls Mahoney, born on April 11, 1972, was a larger-than-life figure in professional wrestling, remembered for his wild personality and unapologetic style. With his long hair, colourful ring attire, and signature steel chair, he became an unforgettable presence in the ring, blending high-energy action with moments of comedic flair that kept fans on the edge of their seats. Mahoney's journey in wrestling began in the early 1990s, working tirelessly in various independent promotions to sharpen his craft. His big break came in 1995 when he joined Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, a promotion known for pushing the boundaries of hardcore wrestling. There, Mahoney quickly made a name for himself as a fearless competitor who wasn't afraid to take risks. His matches were often chaotic, brutal, and unpredictable, but always full of heart. Fans loved him not just for his wild antics, but for the way he connected with them, cheering, laughing, and sharing in the sheer joy of the spectacle. During ECW's peak, Mahoney became a fan favourite, participating in some of the promotion's most memorable rivalries and matches. His ability to combine hardcore wrestling with a playful, almost mischievous energy made him stand out in a roster full of larger-than-life personalities. Beyond the blood, sweat, and steel chairs, Mahoney had a warmth and humour that made him approachable and beloved by his peers and fans alike. After ECW folded in 2001, Mahoney continued wrestling on the independent circuit and later appeared in WWE, including during the 2005 ECW revival. Despite the challenges of the wrestling business, he never lost his passion for entertaining audiences and remained committed to his craft until the end. Tragically, Balls Mahoney passed away at just 44 years old, leaving a void in the hearts of wrestling fans everywhere. Yet his legacy endures, not just through the wild matches and unforgettable moments in the ring, but through the genuine love and connection he shared with his fans. For many, he wasn't just a wrestler, he was a friend, a performer who lived for the thrill of the crowd, and a symbol of the irrepressible spirit of ECW. Paul Michael Levesque, widely recognised as Triple H, was born on July 27, 1969, in Nashua, New Hampshire, into a family that valued hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Growing up in a supportive environment, he developed a strong sense of discipline and ambition early on, traits that would prove essential in the highly competitive world of professional wrestling. Even as a child, Levesque exhibited a natural athleticism, excelling in school sports and demonstrating a keen interest in physical performance and competition. Beyond mere athletic prowess, he was fascinated by the art of storytelling, the nuances of character, and the energy of a live audience, an early indication that his career would blend both athletic skill and performance artistry. This foundation of curiosity, work ethic, and discipline became a guiding force as he navigated the early stages of his professional journey. Levesque's formative years were characterized by an intense desire to succeed and an understanding that opportunity alone was insufficient. Success would require sacrifice, resilience, and constant self-improvement. These lessons shaped not only his career trajectory, but also his approach to leadership and mentorship later in life, embedding a belief that excellence is cultivated through relentless effort and strategic foresight. Early wrestling career and persona evolution. Levesque's formal entry into professional wrestling began in the early 1990s, when he adopted the ring name Terror Rising and began working in smaller wrestling promotions. These early years were crucial in shaping both his physical and psychological approach to the sport, as he travelled extensively, faced a variety of wrestling styles, and learned firsthand the demands of performing in diverse venues. Beyond mastering the physical aspects of wrestling, he immersed himself in character work, understanding that compelling storytelling and audience connection were as critical as athletic execution. In 1994, he joined World Championship Wrestling, WCW, under the name Jean-Paul Levesque, a move that allowed him to refine his persona, gain wider exposure, and experiment with blending sophistication and intensity in his in-ring presence. These experiences, though challenging, were instrumental in teaching him the value of adaptability, perseverance, and strategic career planning. They laid the groundwork for his later success, enabling him to navigate the transition from mid-card talent to a main event level performer with poise and professionalism. Each match, tour, and storyline in these formative years contributed to a holistic understanding of wrestling as both sport and entertainment, a philosophy he would carry throughout his career. Transition to WWE and the creation of Hunter Hearst Helmsley. In 1995, Levesque signed with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, and introduced the aristocratic character Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a persona defined by sophistication, elegance, and an air of superiority. The character was a sharp contrast to the edgier, more flamboyant personalities populating the roster at the time, allowing Levesque to stand out and make a memorable impression on fans. This early characterization served as a stepping stone toward the Triple H persona, evolving over time into one of wrestling's most iconic identities. As Triple H, he became a central figure during WWE's Attitude Era, a period marked by provocative storytelling, intense rivalries, and groundbreaking character development. He engaged in high-profile feuds with legends such as The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Undertaker, demonstrating a mastery of both physical performance and psychological narrative. His matches during this era were not simply contests of strength, but meticulously crafted stories in which every move, reaction, and promo contributed to a larger emotional arc. This combination of athleticism, creativity, and audience engagement distinguished him as both a performer and a storyteller, solidifying his position as a cornerstone of WWE's programming. In-ring achievements and championship legacy. Triple H's in-ring career is defined by an impressive list of accomplishments that reflect both his technical skill and his ability to captivate audiences. Over decades, he amassed multiple World Championship titles, Royal Rumble victories, and other accolades that cemented his status as one of wrestling's all-time greats. Beyond winning championships, his influence extended to the tone, style, and direction of WWE's programming during pivotal moments in the company's history. Achieving and maintaining this level of success required extraordinary discipline, with grueling training regimens, rigorous travel schedules, and the constant pressure to remain physically and mentally prepared. His performances consistently demonstrated a nuanced understanding of wrestling as an art form, balancing athletic feats with narrative depth and emotional resonance. These achievements were more than personal milestones. They set a benchmark for professional excellence, inspired generations of aspiring wrestlers, and contributed to WWE's global reputation as a leader in sports entertainment. Throughout his career, Levesque exemplified a rare blend of talent, strategic thinking, and charisma. showing that sustained success in wrestling requires as much mind and heart as it does skill and strength. Health challenges and personal resilience. Despite his professional achievements, Levesque faced serious health challenges that dramatically influenced both his personal and professional life. In September 2021, he suffered a severe health crisis when viral pneumonia led to complications affecting his heart and lungs. This condition resulted in fluid accumulation around his heart, reduced cardiac function, and ultimately heart failure. Doctors reported that his heart was operating at only a fraction of its normal capacity, necessitating the implantation of a defibrillator and intensive ongoing medical care. This experience confronted him with his own mortality, requiring profound reflection on health, priorities, and the balance between career ambitions and personal well-being. The physical toll of professional wrestling became acutely apparent, underscoring the immense demands and risks associated with the profession. Despite these life-altering challenges, Levesque displayed remarkable resilience, transitioning fully into executive roles within WWE while continuing to make meaningful contributions to the industry. His health journey serves as a testament to his determination and adaptability, illustrating how individuals can confront adversity, reframe their purpose, and continue to lead with impact even when faced with significant physical limitations. Transition to executive leadership and talent development. As his in-ring career slowed due to health and personal considerations, Levesque seamlessly transitioned into executive leadership, recognizing the opportunity to shape WWE from a strategic, organizational perspective. His vision was most notably realized through the development and management of NXT, WWE's developmental brand. Under his guidance, NXT evolved into a platform emphasizing technical skill, storytelling, and holistic performer development, creating opportunities for emerging talent to cultivate their craft and gain exposure to global audiences. Beyond NXT, Levesque played an instrumental role in initiatives such as NXT UK and international touring, demonstrating a sophisticated understanding of wrestling's universal appeal and WWE's potential for global expansion. His leadership extended to championing inclusivity and innovation, ensuring that performers of all backgrounds, including women, were given meaningful opportunities to headline major events. By combining creative foresight with operational acumen, Levesque reinforced the importance of mentorship, strategic thinking, and talent development as central pillars of sustainable success in professional wrestling. Financial and professional implications. Levesque's executive responsibilities carried significant financial and professional implications, reflecting the complexity of managing a global entertainment enterprise while balancing personal priorities. As a top-tier WWE executive, he oversaw strategic planning, talent acquisition and development, and the operational execution of major events, all of which required meticulous decision-making and accountability. These responsibilities not only influenced the company's profitability, but also directly affected the careers of hundreds of performers and staff. Balancing the demands of high-level management with ongoing health considerations necessitated disciplined financial planning, foresight, and risk management. Levesque approached these challenges with the same precision and strategic thinking that defined his in-ring career, demonstrating that professional athletes can successfully translate performance experience into executive leadership. His ability to navigate complex organizational, financial, and personal dynamics underscores his versatility and reinforces the notion that true professional success encompasses both individual achievement and the capacity to elevate others. Legacy and influence on professional wrestling. Beyond championships and personal accolades, Triple H's true legacy lies in his profound influence on the wrestling industry. His contributions extend from shaping the next generation of talent to redefining the role of women in WWE and promoting international expansion. By building platforms such as NXT, he provided performers with structured opportunities for growth, emphasizing training, character development, and storytelling. His advocacy for female wrestlers transformed the landscape of WWE, enabling women to headline major events on par with their male counterparts and setting a new standard for representation in sports entertainment. Levesque's mentorship and leadership have created a ripple effect, ensuring that future generations of wrestlers benefit from a culture of support, guidance, and professional development. His impact is measurable not only in the global reach of WWE, but also in the careers of countless performers who credit him with fostering their success, highlighting the far-reaching effects of thoughtful and visionary leadership in a demanding industry. Personal philosophy and human-centered leadership. What distinguishes Paul Levesque as a leader and influencer is his approach to adversity and human impact. His personal experiences, particularly the health crisis that led to his in-ring retirement, instilled a deep understanding of vulnerability, resilience, and the value of prioritizing well-being. These experiences shaped his leadership philosophy, emphasizing mentorship, empathy, and holistic development over purely transactional measures of success. Levesque consistently models a balance between personal ambition, professional responsibility, and the welfare of others, demonstrating that true leadership involves guiding, inspiring, and nurturing those around you. His philosophy underscores the idea that influence is measured not merely by achievements or financial metrics, but by the capacity to create opportunities, foster growth, and leave a lasting positive impact on others. In this sense, Levesque's contributions resonate far beyond wrestling, offering lessons applicable to any high-pressure profession where the human dimension is critical to long-term success. Balancing ambition with personal well-being. Throughout his life, Levesque has exemplified the delicate balance between relentless ambition and personal health. His wrestling career demanded extraordinary physical exertion, often at the cost of sleep, recovery, and personal life. The health crisis he faced in 2021 underscored the long-term consequences of sustained physical strain, highlighting the importance of addressing vulnerability and self-care. Yet, even in the face of serious medical challenges, he maintained focus on his executive responsibilities, showing that personal limitations do not preclude meaningful contribution. This balance between ambition and well-being defines both his professional strategy and his personal philosophy, offering a model for navigating high-stakes careers with resilience, foresight, and care for oneself and others. Impact on women's wrestling and inclusive leadership. A defining aspect of Levesque's legacy is his championing of women's wrestling and inclusive leadership. Under his guidance, WWE transformed its approach to female performers, moving from peripheral roles to main event status, with women headlining flagship events and enjoying equal visibility and creative opportunities. He emphasized mentorship, training, and narrative development for women, ensuring that talent was evaluated and showcased based on skill, charisma, and contribution rather than gender. This commitment to inclusivity reflects his broader leadership philosophy, wherein fostering equitable opportunities and nurturing emerging talent are seen as critical to both organizational success and industry evolution. By creating a culture that values diversity and talent cultivation, Levesque has contributed to reshaping perceptions of professional wrestling as an inclusive and globally relevant form of entertainment. Current status and ongoing contributions. Today, Paul Levesque remains a central figure in WWE, fully engaged in executive leadership while navigating the realities of his health condition. Though he has retired from active in-ring competition, his influence is felt across creative, operational, and developmental spheres. His vision continues to shape NXT, global expansion projects, and talent development initiatives, ensuring that WWE evolves in response to changing audiences and industry demands. Financially and professionally, he operates at the intersection of strategic oversight and creative influence, balancing risk management, operational efficiency, and long-term planning. Levesque's ability to remain impactful despite personal health limitations demonstrates remarkable adaptability, commitment, and resilience, reinforcing his reputation as both a transformative leader and a symbol of perseverance. Conclusion: enduring legacy and inspirational influence. Paul Michael Levesque, better known as Triple H, has left an indelible mark on professional wrestling that transcends his championship wins, iconic matches, and in-ring performances. His story is one of resilience, vision, and adaptability, an arc that encompasses triumph over adversity, strategic evolution from performer to executive, and a steadfast commitment to fostering growth in others. Levesque's influence on talent development, the elevation of women's wrestling, and the globalization of WWE reflects a thoughtful, human-centered approach to leadership that prioritizes mentorship, creativity, and inclusivity. His health challenges underscore the physical and emotional demands of his career, offering lessons in balance, self-awareness, and resilience. Ultimately, his legacy is measured not merely in titles or accolades, but in the lasting impact he has had on the wrestling industry, on colleagues and mentees, and on fans around the world. By combining athletic excellence, executive foresight, and personal integrity, Paul Levesque has secured a place in wrestling history as a multifaceted leader whose contributions will continue to inspire performers, executives, and audiences for generations to come. His journey demonstrates that true success encompasses both achievement and character, and his ongoing work ensures that his influence will endure long beyond the confines of the ring.